So I'm only going to go to about here with the bed liner. I'm going to do all this, even with the holes, just going to go over top of it. Even if I go in later and weld a new plate in these. But I'm going to bed line up to here. And then probably stop about right here. And obviously all of this, and then I'm not too worried about these, so not be painting those. I'm gonna get the edges, but like I said, I'm replacing these. I got the front grille ready, although I need to wipe it off. And then I got this side ready. This side's got worse holes, but again, we're just gonna go up to that point in the wheel well. And then of course the windshield, and then I've got the cowl. And one thing I wanted to mention with the cowl is I did drill extra holes right there. I wanted to do it before I did this, so that way when I put the windshield lights on, I got a way to stick it in there. And hopefully it's a small enough hole to where it'll self-seal. And then I did, in a lot of areas, I did the red oxide primer to prevent any more rusting. Although I missed a spot right there, so we'll get that. And we're letting this dry, and while we're letting this dry, this is the last part I did. I need to get a pneumatic connection for the end of the spray for the bed liner. So while that's all drying, I will go get that. And of course, before I leave, I'm gonna spray this. Did meant to grind that a little bit, but with this stuff it should be fine. And then I did put tape in the grill, although I'm kind of worried at like what that's gonna look like once I pull it out, and I may not like it. As you can see, I've got some edges to fix before I get in there with the bed liner. I don't know where my screwdriver went. It's around here. But we want this underneath. I was going to take out this grill, but it's double-sided tape, and I'm afraid I'm going to damage it, so I don't want to damage it. Alright, that should be good enough. Hopefully I can still get all that out once the bed liner is done. I may have to cut along the edge, I'm not sure yet. When I did this on the cowl before, I was able to take the back plastic piece off and put it back on. And the older ones are a little different than these. This one's like double-sided strong tape. The old ones was like a melted plastic area, and I think I glued it back on, so I was able to take it completely off. So I don't know, we'll see how it works out. We'll see. Perfect timing. So I've got it painted in the spots where I wanted. So you see what I did to the grill. It sucks, and it's gonna bother me that these aren't set straight yet, but I gotta wait on a new frame. And then I did up to here and all the way up to here. And I did get some on the dash, unfortunately, but it's all right. So a little bit, and then yeah. And I won't have this done quite yet, but I will. I do plan on probably in the next couple of months doing probably the rest of this. But I need a new tailgate, so I've been looking into that. And I already have hinges, so we'll see what those look like. So the back half of the Jeep will get done, and then once do that, then I'll do this at the same time, and then lastly over the winter I'll do the fenders once I get it flipped. So there's gonna be a lot of changes on this in the next year, so it may look a little funky starting out, but it'll be all right. It'll all work out in the end. So, and then now the idea is, I can see a little bit of lines there, but that might be just one area's dried quicker than the other. But like once I said, once I get everything put together, like these are going to be switched out, and once that happens and I have these painted, I could probably paint those when I do the rear end, and just separately. And then once everything is put together, I will do one more layer across with the same color. So let me know if you like what I'm doing. I know it's a little out of the ordinary because I would really prefer to do it all at once, but considering I can't put the new ones on here yet, it is a major setback on doing these. So, and then of course I got the hood to do as well. So the hood's gonna look funny until I get it done. I'm in the market looking for a louver for the hood. I want to put a louver on it. I wanted the, what's it called? It's not called fishbone, is it? No, not fishbone. Spider toe, something like that. I had one on a 97 Jeep that I got for it, but everything's been out of stock. The one thing is that it's made for the previous models. In my model, I have one single windshield washer hose, whereas the older ones had two, and this one was designed for two. But I figure if worse comes to worse, I can drill a hole where that's at and it'll work just fine. So, but that's the future plans of this. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but we'll let this cure. Hasn't started raining yet. It's like a little bit, it's a sprinkle, a little bit. Actually, it looks like it's lightening up over there. So it may not be dumping rain yet. I do need to put this away. I don't want that out in the rain. But now I'll just let this sit and cure, and then the next step is putting the windshield in. So we'll get all this tape off, put the windshield in. I do want to paint. I'll probably not show it on video, but I'm going to do a black bed liner on the, what do they call them, bezels, I don't know, but I'm going to do a black bed liner on that with just the regular what is it, Rust-Oleum brand, and then put it all back together. So there you have it. So it didn't rain that bad, so I went ahead and bed lined the pieces, and it turned out really good. I'm always surprised at how this stuff turns out, but I mean, there's a few touch-ups I'll need to do, like I forgot this little edge here, a little bit in these, but for the most part it's gonna do well. And the holes that I made for the windshield lights actually look really good. So, and then took all the tape off of the frame, the windshield frame, and then redid it, or to see how it looked, and I like how it's looking. Now if you look at here, this side, you can still see where I could have added a little bit more bed liner to it, but it's looking really good as far as the way it looks. In fact, it even cleans this up a lot better. Still got the holes a little bit of holy stuff going on there, but. And then the grill probably turned out the best out of everything. And I did bed line these, and they're ready to go on, back on. I'll probably do that tonight. Over on this side, it's a little dark over here. I should have brought this light out a little sooner. Here you see I rubbed up against it. And then it was kind of light, so you can still see the Jeep's body paint underneath up right here as well. So I got a little thin on there, but it's all right, because I'll eventually redo this with a second coat. In fact, when I do these parts in the rear, I can just touch this up a little better, and I may do the hood as well. Maybe I'll do the hood and the doors by themselves, but anyways, that's for future planning. But it looks really good, guys, and except for the fenders look like shit, but it's all right. In fact, I gotta tighten that up a little bit, but the windshield looks really, really good. So